listening to the Indie Echo Podcast, a showcase of independent music and the artists that make it. I'm Jordan, producer at Hi5 Music. Originally from Brazil, today's featured artist shares the uplifting and self-reflective music from his album titled Life. It's Gabe Furtado.
I am living. I'm living again. I am living. I'm living again.
I'm so excited for you to be here because...
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited. I love podcasts. I'm like a fan.
Yeah,
So thank you.
Because you're a very pleasant presence in what I've seen in social media, and just very upbeat in a way that a lot of things in the world aren't these days. So it's great to have you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I just try to keep it positive because it's already a mess everywhere else. So it's like if I can bring a little bit of joy, a little bit of hope, a little bit of love, like acceptance. That's what I want. I want to make people dance. I want to make people love themselves. But it's always a choice. So I try to teach by showing, basically.
I definitely appreciate that. Yeah.
So basically, I was born in Brazil, which I guess if you know a little bit or read my bios, you see like Brazilian born with like an Angelino soul, because it's basically, I've lived here for a little while, basically, but it's more of like I was born there and reborn here. So it's where I really got the chance for the first time to live like free, period. So I'm like, I'm Brazilian, but like, I'm also like an Angelino because it's home. It's home. So that's just the basics, guys. But
how old were you when you moved there?
When I moved here, I was 18.
Okay.
For the first time. So yeah, I'm not that young. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm still fun. So
I got you.
But yeah, so growing up, I was obsessed kinda with, I gotta say it because all my close friends know that I can only talk about her, like Selena Gomez. So she's like the big deal for me. She's amazing, calm, patient, and like the thing that I tried to do, like healing with kindness kind of situation came from her. So it's like she really inspires me. But also like music wise, Mika. I guess you know him.
Yeah.
Because good music. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you know him. So yeah, Mika, definitely Mika. It's like my favorite ever.
Mika combines like the Queen kind of vocal with pop, like really very pop production.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like he does whatever he wants, and I love bonuses. So he gives us every now and then a little bit of like an orchestra kind of like vibe and like an album that he released. So it's like I love instruments, even though I don't know how to play. I know how to play the piano, but like I don't know like anything else. So I love instruments. I love like orchestra. I love sounds that sound good. So he brings that also. He brings the pop. He brings like the super well written and magical vibe that we only get when we listen to like real instruments. You know what I mean, mm-hmm. Right? I still love the things and all the rest though. They make us dance. So that's what I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, just yeah.
So was writing music something you've always done, or has that come more recently?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's funny because like when I was a kid, I used to write songs and for fun. So they'll be like fun songs, like because I was a kid, so I would write about like kid stuff. So I would say like, oh, let's go to the pool, have a good time, like something like that. Like really like, you could play at like a kid's little concert, like with like the backyardigans or like characters, like that. That was like the thing that I used to do because I was a kid. So like when I think the first serious song that I wrote, which was like kind of Christian, because I was Christian in the past. I think I was like 11, 12. And it's beautiful. It's in Portuguese, by the way. But it's like, it's really beautiful. And I was like, oh, I don't remember it all. I remember parts of it. So that was it basically, but just for a little bit. And then in like 2014, I had like my real first heartbreak. And then everything started. Like
the floodgates were open.
It started. Yeah, then I was like non-stop writing. I feel something, we gotta write it down. Or then I learned how to play a little bit of the piano because I'm still learning. And I could eventually like start like really doing it also, like melodies and chords. So I'm still like leveling up, like little by little,
In some ways we all are.
Yes.
So did you see many concerts when you were younger?
No.
What was your first concert?
No, I didn't. I mean, I watched like on my TV a lot, but not like live concerts that I was there physically. But yeah, like if I go to the TV, I would say High School Musical, like
classic.
Yeah, because I was obsessed also. So, but yeah, I thinking like live concert, I did. Oh my gosh, because like my parents, they were always overprotective, so I would not be like kind of allowed to go to like crowded places, But I did. I think it was like this little festival in Amparo, which was like the city that I grew up. And I think it was like Peaches. I think if I say it in Portuguese, her name is Peachy. So I think that was my real first experience, like watching someone like singing in front of me that I love, that I love her to this day. So that was magical. I cried a lot. I was like, because I used to listen to her songs like for so long, and then I could see her.
It's so strange when they're like right in front of you. It's like, is this real?
Yes,
is this happening?
Yeah, it's so close. I miss that. Yeah. I also saw Mika like 2 years ago when he was here in LA. So that was really, really, I just got goosebumps because like that was so good. It was like, I had a time of my life. I love it so much.
For the players out there, I hope you get it. Not everybody's like you. Some people are tired of these messed up games. Oh, 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 oh.
Have you run into anyone on the street or anything?
Yes. So I think, I'm not sure. I think I saw like Justin Bieber, because he's always like walking around, and like I'm always in Santa Monica, so I live like 15 minutes in Santa Monica, so I love going there.
He usually runs around with like a big entourage, doesn't he? It's usually not just him.
No.
Really?
That's the thing. Yeah. No. Because I was not the only one that supposedly saw him. It could have not been here, but it's like it could have also.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, sometimes no, because it's like you grab like a cap, like something, and you just go for a run, for a walk, and he kind of does that. So at the time, I think it was him, but I'm not sure. But fortunately, I did see and like took a photo with Troye Sivan, which is like one of my favorites also. And he's like an angel. And I also saw Selena Gomez, which is like my number one.
Oh man, what a
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, what a moment. But it was like because of the coach opening at the Grove. So it was like in an event, blah,
Okay,
blah, blah, blah,
okay.
blah. So yeah. But
She wasn't
I
just
got the
at
chance.
the In-N-Out, you know.
Yeah, no, I wish. I think I would cry. So like, it's good that it didn't happen because I would definitely cry. Because I wouldn't be prepared. So I was like, yeah.
See, all these celebrities are probably going to miss masks because they could hide a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. Because like nobody really knows who's under mystical thing that you can create with the mask. So it's like, yeah, definitely missing it. But the good thing is like, I'm single right now, so you don't really know if someone's really attractive, you know? Because like I think everybody has their unique beauty. So like everybody's beautiful. You just gotta find the one that you're attracted to, you know? So yeah, I won't miss that because then you guess it. So you're like, I think I love his eyes. But
yeah,
like,
in the last year, eyes became so much more important.
yeah. So then like he would like take this off, and you're like, thank you, next. No, thank you. Oh, by the way, thank you, next. I'm part of the music video for Half a Second.
No way.
I worked
That's
for
so
her.
cool.
Yeah, Ariana. So I saw her too. Yeah.
That's really fun. When you're in LA, you get those little opportunities. My brother was in a music video as well. I assume you like living in LA? I know it's very expensive and driving is hard, but
yeah. You know what? If you think of it, it doesn't really matter. No, I was gonna come with like some like positive stuff. Like if you love where you live, then everywhere is magical, which is true. But like I love living here. This is like I just love it. I'm like really grateful that I get the chance to live here because this is really like where I identify with, you know? So it's really magical every day. Like if you're like in the right state of mind, of course, because like everything like is living their lives and like worrying about so many different like bad stuff that's happening, like COVID and like like so much. So like living here makes it easier for me to not go crazy because I love the place already, you know? So it's like, of course, you can be grateful and like enjoy anywhere that you are, but like this is my place, so I'm really connected to it.
So what brought you to make Life your album?
Life.
Just life.
Period. Just life. No, honestly, it's a funny story because I was not planning on giving life to life. It just happened. Literally yesterday was the 3-year anniversary of Last Goodbye, which was like my first single. So that's a long time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I was 21 when I released it, or 20. I don't even remember. So yeah, it's been a while, and it started like with Last Goodbye, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna make a little EP out of it, you know? So I thought of not a player because I was really mad at someone, like a friend. So, and then Together came because my love life has been really confusing and crazy, but beautiful. So, I thought of the like, I think I've never said it before. I thought of like the three of them to be like a little EP, like something that I released, you know? But then Unicorns came, and then I moved here. So I Love the Gang, The Mirror came, Free Bird. She Loves Me because I had to write something to my mom. And then the interludes, and because I wanted to have like something like that. I wanted to have exactly what I have with the album. So and Shine Bright. But yeah. So remember that I told you that I started writing songs in like 2014 for reals.
Mm.
The songs that I started writing back then, I really want to at some point release them all. But I have like hundreds, so I don't think that's I mean, let's try. Um so Shine Bright was one of the first songs that I wrote ever. Just the chorus. So that's interesting. Just a fun fact, because it was like it just came to me. I read like on Facebook someone saying, "Shine, your light so bright that everyone sees it," something like that. I think that's and I was like so touched. I was like, and the chorus came, and I was like, like recording it, and it was really fun. And then I just saved it, and when I decided to start working on live, which was really just like natural, I was like thinking of another song. It's called For a Day, because it's like just a good vibe, like, oh, just really just chilling, like happy. But I was not really connected to the song, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm sure about this. And then Shine Bright came. I was like, if I get to, because we don't know when we're like going to the other level of life. And I mean by that, like, we don't know when we're gonna die. So I was like, if I die after I release this album, I rather have like Shine Bright than the other one, because it's like really what I believe. You're never too young to start an empire, and you're never too old to start a new dream. Like, you're never too old to start again. It's there's always time. So shine your light so bright that the world can see.
Shine your light so bright that everyone can see. Shine your light so bright that everyone can see.
That is one of my favorites on the album. It's very cinematic and emotional.
Yes,
So, yeah.
yes, yay, you get it.
Because coming from like I said, I like video game soundtracks and film scores. So I have the whole cinematic influence. I really like that.
Yes, and that's exactly what we thought. Because like, I don't produce, unfortunately. I will start at one point, but I don't know how to. So I'm still learning. I'm still studying. So but we talked a lot, and I told them, I want something like big, and I told all the emotions that I wanted, and we talked a lot. And Sandra, which is like, she's like my voice coach, my piano teacher, she's like my mentor, everything basically. And she was the producer also, with Eric, and she was like, yeah, I can see like something like majestic. So that's why like because I wanted like the drums, I wanted like I wanted something like, I wanted like an intro, like a instrumental intro, and I wanted something like big. So she was like, got it, and she nailed it. So I was like,
Perfect. You got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
And we will plug, you have your own podcast, 5 Minutes with Gabe.
I do.
Where you kind of,
I
you
do.
go through all of your songs. So if you want to listen to,
Yes.
Where all the songs came from, you can listen to that. But we will touch on a few others here as well.
Yeah.
So like Guy in the Mirror. I love the Guy in the Mirror.
I love the Guy in the Mirror.
How did that come about?
The song so much. Honestly, I just love how things work. I think with everyone, but I can only say about me, my life, because that's the one I'm living right now. So with me, things are just so crazy, because I would do something, I'll write a song, and then months or like years later, I will like understand more of it than I used to. So that happened to I Love the Guy in the Mirror, because I was when it came to me, it was literally me staring. Like I was staring I was staring like at the mirror, looking, in my eyes, and that was just crazy, because I think I've never done something like that before. Like now I do every day because I talk to myself, but because that's therapy also, inner child healing and stuff. And I Love the Guy in the Mirror, after I spent like half an hour staring at myself, I don't know, like it was a long time, it came to me. I just got the voice note and I sang it all, I did change one melody because it was too repetitive, because the song is repetitive, but so I had help with Tundra of that. But it just came, like the lyrics, they just came to me. And now I see that more than anything, that song is like an affirmation. Because if you pay attention, I'm saying everything in the present tense. I'm not saying I love the guy in the mirror. I forgot the lyrics now. Staring at myself today, I realized. So I'm saying like staring at myself today, I realized. So it's like I was like, oh yeah. So I didn't pay attention to that because for me it was ready, So it's just funny because like now I've been through some dark times in the past year, and because everybody has, I guess. So like my self-esteem went down, and I was like, I feel like a fraud. Like a year ago I released I Love the Guy in the Mirror, and now I don't. Like what the hell? What's going on? And then I started like doing therapy again, and I'm healing and way better now. I love myself when I look in the mirror. And so it's like an affirmation. So when I don't feel a lot of love coming out of me towards me, I sing it and I say I love the guy in the mirror. I love, so it's really, it became more powerful to me personally, because I go and I say it's fine. Like we know that all the forces of this modern world is trying to make us not love ourselves, but you do love yourself. So don't compare yourself to anyone else.
I love the guy in the mirror. I love the guy in the mirror. I love the guy in the mirror. I love the guy in the mirror.
That's good to have like that song to go back to, so like reminds you of how you were feeling at that time. Yeah.
Forever grateful for this song. I'm like, thank you for helping me. It really helped.
So if you're ever asking yourself, do I love the guy in the mirror? You're like, oh yeah, there's the whole song about it.
Yes. Yeah. The same theme goes to Freebird, but about freedom, okay. Like an affirmation, and everything that I said goes to Freebird.
Gotcha.
For sure. Yeah. Now and then.
And Freebird, I guess, is kind of like, does it also tie in with living again thematically, in terms of you being free and a new person?
Yes. Yeah. Living again is more of like just a joyful celebration of the now, of life, whatever is happening. And it's definitely every time that I go through a dark place, I step out of it, because I think everybody does. Life's a roller coaster, it goes up and downs, and some loops and some twists and turns, and everything in between. So it feels so good when you get out of that dark mental place, or even physical sometimes, like sickness, like physical, like health and stuff, when you go through issues, and you feel like, hey, I'm living again, So it's like, yeah, let's celebrate it. Let's because every day is a new day, a new dawn, like a new me. I'm like, I'm restarting every day. I'm like evolving, I'm changing, I'm learning more about myself, I'm learning more stuff. I'm like embracing change, which sometimes is really hard. But like when it's for the better, why not? Right? So yeah, so the three of them are really like positive, and I wanted to start the album with like the positive vibe because that was the main thing for me about life.
I'm a free bird, I fly high, I don't care what anyone's thinking about me. You should be a free bird just like me, a free bird just like you should be, you should be.
So of course we have to talk about unicorns. So where did unicorns come from?
That's so funny because unicorns is the darkest one. I don't know. I don't know if you've. I think I talked about it on my podcast. The unicorns, the album version, the original version, not your remix, which is amazing.
Thank you.
I love it so much. It's really just about my darkest moment of my life. So it's like literally the opposite of everything else. Because growing up, I've been really through a lot of not pleasant moments with my family, friends, like school, you know, like everyone, I guess. Yes, everyone. I don't really know, but like me, that's how it went. So, I was at this really dark spot just before I moved here, by the way, for the first time. So, because I moved here, then I went back for a little bit, and then I came back like here, like full force, like I'm staying, you know. So I really say like with the lyrics, sometimes I wish I was a unicorn, sometimes not exist like a unicorn. So that's literally what I mean. Because like when I was at that moment in my life, I really wanted to end things. I wanted all to be done. I was like, no, I don't want to live like this. It was too heavy. It was horrible. It was not cool, you know? So it was really the worst. It was like, but I always have faith, guys. So I say something like horrible like that, and I want to go like be positive, but it's fine if you go through what you go through. So, it's basically me saying like their beauty, their power. Can you see the unicorns? Are they real? So like when I say like their beauty, their power, can you see the unicorns? Because it's like my parents would always be telling me like, hey, don't do that, don't talk like that, don't move your hands, don't pose like that when you're like taking a picture, don't dance, don't work, don't, you know, it was like always like basically saying don't be yourself. I think that's why I love always saying like, hey, be yourself, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, like just be you're enough, you know. So I'm like, I wished so much that I could be like these perfect guys that they were always pointing out at, you know. They're like, why aren't you like your brothers, or, you know, like basically straight. They really had a problem with me being gay. So even before I knew that I was gay, because like when you're a kid, you don't know because you don't have hormones and stuff. But yeah, so so that was a little hell that I went through. But now I love my mom. She loves me. There's a song for her. It's all good, all is well. But yeah, we went through hell and came back. But so yeah, unicorns is really me just saying like, why can't I be like them? Why can't I be just like this perfect guy that they want me to be? You know? And then I ask, are they real? Are they a lie? Are they free? Because like, if you're being so perfect, are you really free? Are you really living your life? You know, if you're so good, if you're so amazing, if you're like blah blah blah, you know. And then I ask like, are they alive? Because like, are they living? You know, like. So I'm like I'm like really mad when I talk about it, because I'm like, ugh, yeah. But yeah, it's beautiful. So I know it's heavy for me, and I wanted it to be like acoustic, just like piano and like some strings. I always knew it. So I let her create whatever she wanted to create with the song, and she helped me with the melodies. I just really wanted those lyrics.
Sometimes I wish I was a unicorn. Sometimes not exist like a unicorn. Their beauty, their power. Can you see the unicorns? Are they real? Are they alive? Are they free? Are they alive?
And I was always sure that I wanted a remix of that song to show that like things can turn around great, you know, to show that like, yes, that's my story, that's history now, thank goodness, it's in the past,
And now let's dance.
and you can like thrive. Yeah. And now it's like, let's dance, let's have fun, let's enjoy, you know, let's enjoy life. So, and I love how you captured what I wanted, because when we were texting, I tried to be as clear as possible, but sometimes I can't. Like I go all over, like all over the place. So you just, and I was like, I know it's gonna be amazing. I was just trusting the universe, you know. I was like, I know it's gonna be awesome. And then when I heard it for the first time, I was like, I think I was speechless, because like that's what I am right now. Because it was so good. It was just like so what I wanted, because it has the magical vibe, you know. I don't know what. Now you tell me, like, what came to your head when you were like creating it, because it was all you.
Well, it was different than a lot of remixes I've done, because I don't get a lot of ballads coming my way. So, and this was more, you know, a stripped back emotional ballad, and it's like, how do I, you know, retain those properties of the original, but then say, okay, it's time to dance. And so that's where, because like during the verses and stuff, you hear that it's more atmospheric and keeping the emotional side, and then you hear it start building and building and building, and then drops down, time to dance.
And I just love how you created the bridge, because it was like the outro, like the original, and you just put it like as the bridge, because it was like, it was so good already. You're like, you're enjoying, you're dancing, and then it comes and like something else happens, and it's like, it's like an explosion of like power. You know, it's powerful. It's like sexy. It's, I don't know. It's fire. You know, it's
because of because of the imagery of like unicorns and rainbows and sparkles. Like I kind of tried to capture that with the, you know, the higher register plucks and things like that. So I'm glad that came across.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. And the funny part is that like I did myself the artwork because I felt inspired, you know, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. And then I did it, and it was easy actually. I did it before I heard the remix. And that just like, that was the perfect marriage. It just went together like hand in hand. So it's like, everything was like it was meant to be, you know. It was like it was supposed to be that way. So the Last Goodbye music video was the first one because it was my debut single, and everything, all the things that I put there, like colors and like literally everything, has a meaning. So so it's like really meaningful to me because it's also about my dad's passing. And I wrote this song when I said my last goodbye to him, which was like 27 days before he passed away. So it was like really like a premonition or something that I can't explain. So it was really crazy. And it's about life. It's about living. Honestly, Last Goodbye, I think it sums it up. Everything that I said in the past 10 minutes. So so Last Goodbye has the lyrics, has the music video, because it's like you will have fun. You will go through some hardships. You will experience it all, but the only way is through it. So that's why I did what I did with the music video. So if you like pay attention to it, you can see it all there. Um, and also I have like a little thing that I wanted to honor the 6 things that helped me through my process of like losing my dad. So it's like God, goals, friends, family, music, and gratefulness. So these are like the 6 main things that helped me go through it. And I also chose 6 people to represent with me being the 7th, the colors of the rainbow, because go gay people. I love it. And so everything has a meaning. Free bird, if you go through it, you see that's me living the best life ever. Like it's here in Hollywood and the Griffith Observatory and some streets. And it's just like me inside my house. So it's like me just like living, like being the powerful force that I am. So it's like, I Love the Guy in the Mirror was like the simplest like that I could ever think ever, because I wasn't going to. But then the day that I was releasing this song, I was so inspired. And I was like, I have a tripod, I have my cell phone, I have this super cute couch. So I was like, let me record a music video. Because for you, what I said before, for you to love yourself, what you need is just you. It's just yourself. So that's what I meant by the music video being like one take and just me, nothing else. So it's me just like performing and feeling the music and, loving myself, loving the guy in the mirror. And that's why I did it. Unicorns, the music video, I always wanted to do something more delicate. So it's me naked because I guess I like the exposure. And oh, Jesus. So it's literally me going through my sad emotions by myself, because that's how you gotta deal with them most of the time. And I'm like just me like in the bathtub, even not water, because it's literally just me. And I wrote like on my body some stuff so that I won't say, because I don't even remember all of it, but it was like kind of therapeutical also doing that. And I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I did it, because it's like just like a performance. It's more like I Love the Guy in the Mirror, Unicorns, Together, these 3 music videos, they're more of like a performance than like a music video.
It's your acting side, yeah.
Yeah. So Together, I always wanted to do me dancing with someone. That was the original plan. But it never worked out. And I just met those 2 amazing people that did it. And they were dancing. They were super amazing. They were like, yeah, we're down. Let's go to the beach and dance. And I was like, yes, thank you. So like I was like just directing it and like also shooting it with my other friend. So that's more of a performance also. And the Not a Player music video, I did it about like a lover, but the song originally is about a friend. So I just wanted the drama because I did it with my ex-boyfriend.
Gotcha.
We were not together anymore, but we're good friends. But it's like, yeah. So just for the drama, it was just for the drama, and it was really cool. Also shooting the music video, it was amazing.
Good.
So go watch it, guys. Go watch it.
Yeah, check it out on YouTube. Is there like one main takeaway you want people to have who listen to your album?
Enjoy your life. No, literally, it's like I try to show with life basically that it can be fun, it can be sad, it can be everything at the same time. And the most important thing is that if you're present, if you're living it, if you're like truly like living it, it doesn't matter how it looks like. It doesn't matter how you're feeling, even sometimes. But just go through it, because like the only way to go through something is through it. You gotta go through it. You gotta like live it. You gotta like experience it. So like I always try to make people a little happier than they are, but honestly, it's never up to me. It's always up to the person who's feeling it, because everything's a choice. So of course, if you want to get rid of like something really unpleasant, you gotta go through it. You gotta like do your therapy, whatever, however it is, and go through it so you can find the light again. And life is definitely about that, because I go through the happiest ever living again, and then I go to the self love, which is necessary. Love the guy in the mirror, freedom of living and being who you are, even though sometimes it's kind of hard, but it's always a choice. So even when like something that I learned with my past, it's like I'll be sad, but I'll be happy. So there's this sentence that I love, which is like, this too shall pass.
Mhm.
So it's like your happiness will pass, but it will come back. And your sadness also will pass. So even if it's like, if you're the most like feeling the most pain like ever, and like suffering, and because I felt it all. I felt like, like I lost so many people that I love also. So I had my heart broken. So it's like I've been judged my entire life. So it's like I know how bad it can be, but it will pass, and everything passes. So it's like whatever you hold on to, that's what really stays. So what I do is, even when I'm sad, even when I'm not completely loving myself, sometimes I say, okay, this too shall pass. And even though you're going through this, I still love you. I still love you. I love who you are. Because we love, honestly, every single person in this planet, they love who they are. Like you, Jordan, you love who you are. Me, I love who I am. But we let all these external forces, which are not fun or cute, we let them like kind of rule our personal world. So we kind of like, we always lose like touch with our inner selves, like who we are deep inside, because it's all about appearances and like who's making more money, who's more famous, who's this, who's that, who's the prettiest. And everybody is, like there are all these standards in this world that we just like, we know they're not realistic, and sometimes we fall for them, which is sad. So it's like, even when I fall for them and I'm not feeling like as pretty as I am, I say, I still love you. You're enough. And sometimes you gotta, I just learned it. You gotta faith it till you make it. So you don't fake it, you faith it. And that's what it is, So like, if you gotta snap out of it, hey, I love the guy in the mirror is there, go listen to it, Free Bird is there, go listen to it. So it's like, do your affirmations, go heal your inner child. Like I'm when I look to the side, it's like me looking in the mirror, and go and take care of yourself, because even though you might feeling whatever you're feeling, it will pass. So it's like, yeah, you can go through this. Can I say a bad word?
Sure.
You can go through this shitty feeling, and it's so bad. And you can go through it, but you can go through it holding your hand. Because you're enough, and you don't need no one else. So you don't need a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. Of course, we love people because we're here to connect, but you don't need no one else to feel loved. You don't need no one else to like know your value, because you're enough, and you're enough to save yourself from the darkness also. And it's okay to hold hands with the darkness and go through life if you want to do it that way. It's your choice, But yeah, I'm sorry. I talked a lot.
Okay.
I talked a lot.
And that's life. And if you want to experience life, it is available on all the major platforms.
That was too much of life, I guess. Like, yeah. The deluxe, the ultimate deluxe edition.
Links to Gabe's music and everything else can be found in the show notes. Indie Echo is a product of Hi5 Music, an online production studio that brings your bedroom demos to life. For production, remixes, and more, use the contact form link on my Instagram @Hi5 Music, and you can follow the show @Indie Echo Podcast. Thank you for listening.